Hello, Josie here. Are you ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And are you sure? Okay, here we go. I'm about to give you some truths, some realities here. You may not get another chance to make something right that you did wrong. I spoke on this a while back. I want to say the last week, or I released a video similar to this, and I may not have released it. I'm not sure. I do not recall. But you may not get a second chance to make things right with an individual, with someone that you wronged. And this is, you've seen this, you've heard about this within families. It's not just your career, your job, or your neighbors. Yeah, that's something, yes. But really it comes down to family, your family unit. Sometimes you're not going to be able to right the wrongs that you did against another person, no matter what you do, no matter who you try to go through, no matter who you try to reach out to then reach out to the person you did wrong. You may not get a second chance. Some of these individuals that I'm referring to, they consistently, repeatedly attacked, wronged an individual, did not tell them the truth, did not give them the information, did not want them to be successful in life, did not want them to, in their eyes, do better than them. However, everything that individual was doing was building them up to be bigger, to be better, to do more in this world than they did. Because the choices that person made is really what led them to the life that they're currently leading, and their actions along the way after making those choices and decisions because of their bitterness or their resentfulness or their hatred or their anger. They took out their bitterness, their hatred, their anger on another person within their family, trying to make them less than because they didn't want them to be better than them, because they would look like a failure. Some of these are your parents, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother. These are people within your family unit that have basically gone out of their way to try to set you back, to try to set up attacks against you so that you lose, so that you're not successful, so that you're lacking, so that they can be seen better than you and you less than them. But the choices that you and I made were good choices, good decisions. Whereas the choices and decisions that they made did not work out the way that they thought they would. Do you think that someone would make a choice or a decision knowing that the outcome is going to be negative or distasteful, or is going to lead them down a path that they're not going to enjoy or like? Do you think that someone would choose if they knew beforehand what the outcome was going to be and that it was going to be negative and not positive? A lot of these people made choices thinking and believing that what they were choosing was going to be a great outcome. And yes, that can even be in the form of having children out of wedlock. There are individuals, there are women out here, females out here that have had children out of wedlock, thinking or believing that that choice was going to be beneficial to them. And then as they move along and progress, things do not pan out better for them, because the things that they really truly want, they're not able to get because of actions that they made. You see what I'm talking about? So once again, you may not get a second chance to right your wrong. You might not get a second chance to right your wrong. That's one of the instances where you cannot right the wrong that you did by having a child out of wedlock. Didn't God say He wanted you to be married before you have a child out of wedlock? He wanted you to be married before you had a child out of wedlock. Because the dangers that can happen from you doing so, what you're subject to do from doing so, that's just one example. That's just one example. Some people will use certain situations as a come up. They'll use children as a come up. Just like they'll use some neighbor or someone in the church or someone at school or someone in their job or career as a come up by sacrificing them for their gain. Is that right? Is that right? No, it's not. But you have people that are doing that every day in this world that we live in. So why would you not think that someone would use a child, a baby, as a come up in this world? Yeah, it's fucked up. Yeah, it's messed up. But it happens. And they'll use that same child to attack. They'll attack that same child as being the reason that they were not able to do what it was that they wanted to do in their life. So the same child that they had to use as a come up, they will then attack that child for them not getting the things that they thought they were going to get off of that child, and or not able to do certain things that they wanted to do in their life because they had a child. How fucked up is that? How fucked up is that? So all the attacks that were done against that child, and this is just one example I'm giving you here, all the attacks that were done against this child, all the lies that were done against this child, all the setbacks that were put in place on this child, all the people that were brought in to deter and delay this child that this person had the wrong way, they can't make up for it, because a lot of the times, and I'm one of those children, we don't want anything to do with them anymore. A lot of us, we didn't find out what was going on until it was way down the line. And we even had some clues, some hints that were telling us, people that were even telling us that we need to leave certain people alone within our families. And we didn't do it because we loved them. We never thought that they would do what they did, that they would enact the things that they did against us the way that they did. We never thought that they would do those things to us, and we trusted that they loved us and that they cared about us and that they would never hurt us. That was a mistake on our part. That was a mistake on our part. And we had to deal with the consequences of that, unfortunately. But then even after we decide, okay, we're going to distance ourselves, we're going to stop allowing certain people into our energy to basically continue to fuck us over, to continue to wrong us, to continue to hurt us, they want to ramp up the attacks. They want to increase the hate. They want to bring more people into it. They want to cause more issues and more problems in our lives. They want to destroy what we have gained once again. Same shit that they did years ago that we were not aware of. But see, this time we're starting to put two and two together. We're starting to see, okay, the same thing that happened here happened in this instance over a decade ago, 2 decades ago. Same situation happened again. How? Who? Why? You start to put two and two together. You start to see and realize, okay, there's certain individuals that I've been around that have been basically attacking me on the low, and I didn't know. I wasn't aware. Using your own neighbors against you, and this is my situation. Using own neighbors against their children to attack them by telling these neighbors lies about their children. Once again, trying to set them up for disaster and set them up for attack. I don't think so. I don't think so. Because once again, I'll say this again, you may not get a second chance to right your wrongs. So, the same individuals that you trusted and or believed would not do anything against you because you had done nothing against them. Well, if people were paid and or lied to do something against us, believing these people and what they were telling them, and they were getting paid to do it, and then you or I find out about it, and they don't know that we're protected by God, because a lot of these people thought that we had no protection because we had no one around us. These individuals thought that they had the upper hand. And now they're falling down one by one like toy soldiers. They're falling down because they were used as pawns to once again attack us. Just like in other situations, other people were used as pawns to attack us. So now, where do we go from here? What's the point of me even talking about this? It's to let you know that even your closest relative, your closest familial unit could be hurting you, attacking you, and you don't even know it. The setbacks in your life could be from other people causing the setbacks to happen in your lives. Not necessarily what you're doing, but what they are doing, what they're trying to do, their projections, the witchcraft, the hate, the spell work, all that crap, the lies. These are things that are all used to hurt us, to attack us, to make us lack, to make us suffer, to make us have issues, problems,